Number 8 for the Hawks tonight will be the point guard, Lockie Cummings. Number 9, the sharpshooter from deep for the Hawks, Ryan Smith. Number 10, he was big for the Hawks in the Game 3 semi-final last weekend against the Rockingham Flames, Cooper Hamilton. Number 12, Josh Garlip, local product for the Hawks. 13, Bailey Cole Heath. Number 14 is Mitchell Clark. 33, the captain, Ben Purser. And number 34 will be Jordan Hickett. They are led very well by former Coach of the Year, Matt Parsons. And on what is their home court could be very dangerous tonight here at Bendat. Mark, I'll give it to you to introduce the Joondalup Wolves.
The Joondalup Wolves coming in as our favourites tonight. All getting ready. They have a big crowd in anticipation after a disappointing effort last year. Number 3, our import, Brian Sullivan. I'll be looking for him to have a big game tonight. Number 6, Reece Smythe, the veteran of over 200 games. Number 10, Jordan Wellstead, the young gun. Number 11, the captain, Seth Salinas. Number 12, Ben Ironmonger. Number 13, Sean Easter. Number 15, one of our keys to the game, Trian Iliadis. Number 20, Reece Maxwell. Number 21, the star import, Jalen Billups. Number 22, the big guy they'll be looking to go inside to, Robert Huntington. Number 31, Chris Clausen. And our last one, number 33, Damien Maddox. They're well led by their coach, Ben Ettridge, and his assistants that have built up a great programs in the northern metropolitan area of our state.
Two teams now on court waiting for the national anthem, and we'll get set for that now. We'll be joining you very shortly with a preview of the two teams. Here is the Australian national anthem to be sung by one of the local products, Jordan. Great effort there by the young man. Back-to-back nights he sung our national anthem. What a game we are looking forward to here at the Basketball WA headquarters, Bendat Basketball Centre. For you, mate, what are the keys for the Joondalup Wolves to win this one?
With me, my brain says Joondalup are the favourites for this game. They have the depth, they have all the ability, they have the experience of having been here before. My heart says the underdogs, they've done it, they've got here with injuries. The Hawks have a chance here. The key, I think, for Joondalup after last year is the introduction of the imports that they've chosen, specifically for this game. They chose Sullivan as that distributing point guard, the guy that can find good shots, lead them defensively, and then they've gone out and got Billups from Coburn, the guy that's just a dominant force inside. They're the guys that they knew after last year losing the Redbacks that they needed to bring in to give them that chance.
Yeah, agree with you 100% there. The addition of Billups in particular gives so much more to them. They don't have to rely so much on Robbie Huntington or Damien Maddox off the bench. It's just that extra, I guess, angle that the other teams have to look at containing, particularly the Hawks tonight.
Yeah, and it's just the fact, even bringing in Sullivan, you've got really good shooters that's their now focus. They're there to shoot the ball. Sullivan finds in the ball. Last year with Treon running the point, it just took that focus away. Now it's a situation that they've got the point guard to distribute, and everything's right with that.
And looking at their opponents tonight, the Perry Lakes Hawks, coming off a tough three-game series in the semi-finals. Home court advantage for them. Obviously, they play out of Bendab during the season. Sixth position they've come from. Fourth position, my bad.
Yep.
Can they do it?
They can. Their hope tonight is that they can lull Joondalup into a low shooting percentage game, dominate the inside with known big rebounders in Purser, Garlib and Carwell, and just make this game a grind and just put that pressure on Joondalup that didn't succeed last year. They've got all the tools to actually put up scores, to control the glass, and it's just up for them to, in this game, take over and see where it goes. I still think Joondalup are the favourites, but your heart says you're in the big show. There's some guys there that can step up and have big games. And someone like Brian Carwell's won a championship before, and he's a very, very big player in those games.
Both clubs coming with very storied histories. Of course, the Wolves making the last 6 out of the last 8 grand finals, winning, of course, in 2011 and 2015. And everyone knows the powerhouse that the Hawks were in the early 2000s, led by the late, great John Gardner. I think if we look at, as you said, the favourites would have to be Joondalup. They've been here now so often. They've been in every grand final the last 4 years. But yet the Hawks, if they can keep that low scoring and if they can keep it to a point where they're in touch at three-quarter time, the upset could be on the cards.
I do. If I was a coach going into this game against the Hawks, the key for them early, and this is what Joondalup will try to do, is they'll try and gas Carwell early. You've got to actually go into the first quarter thinking, we can actually just work him up and down the middle, put it there. The game's going to be won in the second half, the third quarter, and look for Joondalup to do that early. Rotate people through that spot onto Carwell, force him to run the lanes, and just see if he can back up in that second half, because he's a key to that. I also expect the Hawks to sit in a fair bit of zone tonight, just to see whether those yips or shooting percentage woes come in from last year.
Yeah, the shooting percentage, even last night in the women's grand final, Lakeside struggled for the first half of that game. They got going in the second half, obviously, with that amazing comeback. But again, those yips haunted the Wolves last year when they were expected to win over the Redbacks, and it will be interesting to see how they handle that tonight here at Bendat Basketball Centre. 1 minute until tip-off in the 2018 Men's Grand Final. Welcome to our listeners on 98.5 here in Perth, and also to everyone watching on the SBL website, Facebook page. Everyone overseas, I know we have people watching us in the United States, a couple of friends of Jacob Holman out in Texas. Thank you very much for joining with us tonight here for our culmination of the season. Should be an amazing game, should be hopefully a close game for all involved, but I personally, as we've discussed, Mark, I think Joondalup should win, but again, stranger things have happened in finals in the State Basketball League.
It is. And let's look at that key matchup of Drown Iliadis and Lachlan Cummings. Two shooters here, they could be a key to this game. If either one of those two get off, it's going to be hard to contain. They're both talented basketballs. And as a final part, before we start this game, let's have a big shout out for our referees, our officials and our score table, because they're ready for this big game as well.
Absolutely. The officials do a fantastic part in the State Basketball League. The men's referees for tonight are all MBL qualified or WMBL qualified referees. Stephen DeConza, Craig Coates and Mark Chris. Good luck to the three gentlemen. The crowd here standing up on their feet, and it is going to be an exciting start to the game here. Starting fives for both teams. For the Wolves, number 3, Brian Sullivan. 15, Treon Iliadis. Number 20, Reese Maxwell. 21, Jalen Phillips. And number 22 is Robbie Huntington.
And for our Hawks, we've got the centre, number 4, Brian Carwell. Number 8, the point guard, shooting guard, Lachlan Cummings. Number 9, Ryan Smith. 13, Bailey Cole-Heath. And 33, Ben Person, the captain.
And we're underway here at Bendat. The Wolves win the tip, and it's Trian Iliadis with the ball.
The Hawks aren't in a zone. They're actually starting in man.
Cummings now guarding the ball on the wing. Maxwell passes out to Billups. Billups for
Early three.
Carwell with a strong rebound. And Lockie Cummings will come down for the Hawks. On the wing now, coming off a double screen. Reverses it to Carwell. Purser gets it on the low block. Kicks out to Lockie Cummings. Purser with the ball. Single digits on the shot clock. Lockie Cummings, 3 points.
Makes it early. What a great start for a young shooter in a grand final.
And
look like missing.
Moving the ball down now. It is Sullivan bringing it down. Kicks out to Iliadis on the wing. Back to Sullivan. Billups with the screen on Purser. Drives against the ball.
Nice block by Carwell coming across to help.
Great help defense there by BC. And Ben Purser brings it down for the Hawks. Kicks it into Bailey Cole-Heath. Swinging the ball around now. Smith out to Lockie Cummings. The on-ball screen's denied. They kick it out back to Bailey Cole-Heath. And an early foul there called on the play. Hands foul on number 15 for the Wolves.
I really like the start for the Hawks. They're moving the ball around. They're getting the ball through hands. They're setting good screens. And they actually don't look flustered in this. They look ready to play, and it's going to be a good game.
Cummings now with the ball, kicks it around. Cole-Heath with a nice pass inside. Ben Purser coming up short on the bank shot. And Reece Maxwell pushes it out down the court. Reverse layup, 2 points.
Great drive by Maxwell. Didn't get deterred by the previous block on Sullivan. He took it straight at the big guys.
3-2 the score here. 8:26 left in the first quarter. Ryan Smith now with the ball up top. Kicks it over to the wing. Ben Purser inside to Bailey Cole-Heath. Nice ball movement by the Hawks. They get it to Smith. Long shot, air ball. Jalen Billups with the rebound. And Ryan Sullivan kicks up the court into Huntington. Moves the ball to the weak side to Iliadis. And now they set it up top. Maxwell passes over to Sullivan. Nice screen by Huntington there. The ball now out to Huntington on the pop. Rebound by Ryan Smith. Kicks the ball down in transition. Out of control, falls over, turnover.
We have some interesting matchups here. Iliadis goes to the basket. What looked like a foul, being called a charge by the looks of it. No, it's just out of court. Just went out of court. Perry Lake's ball again.
Interesting there, Lockie Cummings grabbing his leg. He did have a leg injury. He suffered when they played the Flames last week in Game 3. Be interesting to see how that plays out.
Well, they need him as a ball carrier. That's one of the things that without Thomas, they actually don't have those ball carriers.
And goaltending on the play. Ryan Smith with the drive, and Jalen Billups gets it too late. 2 points. It is the Hawks up 5-2. 7:36 left in the first quarter.
Sullivan brings the ball down court. It's looking to Iliadis. They're swinging the ball well here. Maxwell with the ball. Sullivan looks to take his first shot from outside. Nice friendly shooter's roll there for Sullivan for 3.
We were talking last night, these rings usually aren't friendly, so to see that sort of a roll here, event, that's rather peculiar. Ben Purser now with the ball, kicks it to the wing. Bailey Cole-Heath looks inside the Purser at the elbow. He will make that 9 times out of 10. What a shot there by Ben Purser, I apologise.
Is Sullivan going to the hole again? Nice dish to Huntington for the 2.
And transition game here. Bailey Cole-Heath gets a nice pass from Ben Purser, 2 points.
Huntington barking at his teammates for help on transition. It looked like it was his cover from the start, so I don't know what's happened down with that breakdown.
And Sullivan now shoots a 3, comes up short, and a foul called on the rebound. Nice box out, Ben Purser.
Great box out. They'll need Purser to block out like on Billups all night like that. Strong and physical. He's one of the best league defenders that we have, and that's going to be the key in that matchup.
And it is Perry Lake's ball, that foul called on Jalen Billups. And Hawks Wolves in an extended press. Kicks the ball ahead. Ryan Smith with the ball on the wing. Swings it out. Lockie Cummings now with the ball near the top of the key. Screen set by Purser. Kicks to Smith in the corner. Smith rims out. Huntington with the rebound.
Off to Maxwell. Iliades on the left-hand wing. Goes inside to Billups. That's where they'll want to go. It looks like a matchup. Bailey Cole Heath with a foul. It looks like if they can get Billups isolated on Bailey Cole Heath, he's going to go to the basket all night.
They need a lot of help defence there because the agility of Billups will play a major part against Bailey Cole Heath.
It will.
The Hawks in a zone here, as we suspected they might play. Iliades with a deep three.
Short on that shot by Iliades. That's his early sider. Hawks will not like him to start hitting those. Person to the basket hard. Nice drive, just rimmed out. Maxwell with the ball, bringing the ball up. Iliades on the left-hand wing. All looks set. Maxwell trying to control the tempo. Again, there's no help. Takes it to the basket. Unlucky miss. Cummings with the ball.
They're coming down now. Lockie Cummings in transition. Kicks to Ryan Smith for three. And the sharpshooter for the Hawks nails it. Puts them up by 5.
Beautiful shooter, Ryan Smith. If you give him a look like that, it's going to be a long night for the Wolves.
Once he gets his feet set, he is almost money. Sullivan now with the ball, looking to kick the ball to Iliades. That is denied on the wing. Huntington now hands off to Iliades, who passes to Sullivan. Sullivan for 3, misses, and it is Lockie Cummings.
Sullivan's taking some really difficult shots early. I'd like to see him get one and then just get that confidence up. Try to get to the basket. I know he got blocked by Carwell. Now we've got Cummings going to the basket down the other end. Fouled on the shot, score counts, Cummings go to the line. Beautiful drive, turning the corner and making that off the glass.
And he'll head to the line for 1. Subs for the Wolfpack. Seb Salinas and Ben Ironmonger check into the game. Lockie Cummings will head to the line for 1. 4:57 left in the first quarter. It is the Hawks 14, the Wolves 7. Cummings now with the bonus, knocks it down.
Sullivan bringing the ball up now. A bit of a half-court 1-2-1 press by the Hawks. Ironmonger with the ball on the right-hand side. Just taking shot clock pressure back onto the Wolves. They're now down to 12 on the clock and they haven't moved inside. Huntington makes his move. Good defense inside, but the ball goes out on the baseline and it's Wolves' ball.
Nice defense there by the Hawks. A little bit of a talk on the rebounding maybe needed there. Purser and Bailey Cole Heath knocking the ball out of bounds. Hawks set up in the zone again. Nice inbound and a foul called on the inbound pass. It will see Huntington head to the line for 2.
I think the foul was on Ben Purser, and it's one of the things with the Wolves being deeper that the Hawks have to watch that. Huntington going to the line now. Just having that steadier of a free throw might help them at this stage because they're actually finding, I'm actually liking the way the Hawks have started here in terms of tempo.
Yeah, they're pushing the ball and they're making the bigs for the Wolves work a lot. Huntington now with the first shot, knocks it down. Wolves move up to 8. The Perry Lake Hawks sit on 15. 4:37 left in the first quarter here at Bendat. Huntington.
The Hawks going for a smaller lineup here. Second one made by Huntington. Robbie Casillas come on for Bailey Cole Heath here. They've got 4 guards, really, if you count Purser bringing the ball up. We've got Smith getting the ball inside to Carwell. A bit of a deflection, but it goes back to Smith, who takes a 3-point shot, drains it. He looks like he's hot early. Ryan Smith.
He's getting that confidence up. And the Hawks lead it by 9 here. Sullivan now kicks out to Ironmonger. Purser denying Billups on the wing. Salinas with the ball up the top of the keyway. Sullivan pops out, gets it inside to Billups. Billups backing down Purser.
Nice move.
Strong move inside by Billups, who has a bit to say to Purser after it. And it is the Hawks now bringing the ball down. Lockie Cummings on the wing.
He has Sullivan on him. He's looking to get things. On ball screen by Carwell. Nice move by Cummings going to the basket to bank it off the glass for 2. Really good use of the on-ball there by Cummings. Sullivan now brings it down with Salinas. Running a lot of play high, the Wolves. Trying to stretch the Hawks out. Inside to Huntington with Carwell on him. Smith doubling early. Huntington's looking to go to work here. Nice little jump hook. 2 points to Robert Huntington.
Not a lot of help there from the Hawks inside. And it's a 7-point ball game. 20-13.
Oh, foul on Sullivan going for the strip. On that last one, really, Brian Carwell shouldn't need a lot of help on Huntington. He's just got to do a better job of trying to keep him out.
Very fair point indeed. Perry Lakes ball from the side, 3:18 left in the first quarter. Lockie Cummings hands off to Rob Casilla, posting up here. Purser with the ball at the elbow, kicks out to Carwell, looks at the three, kicks it around now to Casilla, off to Ryan Smith, back out to Ben Purser. Purser with the three, misses.
Hawks ball again. New shot clock at 14. It's a situation that we have that you've got unusual matchups. I'd like to see him exploit the Ben Purser matchup with Salinas on him. I think they could isolate him at the elbow. They can go. So baseline ball to the Hawks here. 3:01 left. 20-13 on the scoreboard. We've got Jordan Hickett coming in to give Carwell that rest. The Hawks are very, very small in this lineup.
They really are. It's going to be interesting to see what happens up the other end of the court. Clausen jumps at nothing there. Passes the ball out now. Lockie Cummings with the ball up top of the keyway. Kicks it around. Casilla with the strong drive. And a body foul will be called there on Sullivan. That will be his second foul in the first quarter. And very interesting there that the main playmaker for the Wolves picks up his second foul rather early. Rob Casilla will head to the line. 2 shots.
They're going to have to sub him out here. Robbie Casilla, good move to the basket. Probably a closeout that Chris Clausen would want back. Closing him out long there. Casilla gets on the board with his first free throw. 2:51 left, 21-13. Casilla for the shot. Short. Billups gets the rebound. And we have outlet to Ironmonger. They've kept Sullivan in here with 2 fouls as he looks to set up the offense.
And Salinas now with the ball, moves it to the wing. Billups kicks back around to Salinas, who finds Sullivan in the corner. Sullivan steps out of bounds, and it will be a Perry Lakes ball from the side. And that sub that we talked about there, Mark. Sullivan now heads to the bench. Trian Iliadis back on for the Wolves.
The Hawks are in a zone in a small lineup. They've got to isolate Billups inside against this zone. He's got to go to the basket. You know, that's what he would love, and they just need to get in the ball here. Smith for another three. He's been on fire. Billups with the good block out and rebound. Off Hickett, we have a baseline ball for the Wolves. Ironmonger's moving to the point now and running the point. The Hawks are still in this 1-2-2 zone, looking to take that pressure off the clock. It's basically forcing the Wolves to make a shot. Ironmonger to Billups at the elbow. He goes to Iliadis, running a play with Salinas, who comes off that screen. Clausen swings at Iliadis, passes again. Good ball movement by the Wolves. Tough shot by Ironmonger though, air ball.
Great defense there by the Hawks. They recovered very well. Now it is Lockie Cummings dribbling down, kicks it onto the wing. Ryan Smith looks
Good
inside.
Good steal by Salinas. Billups with the breakaway here. Nice strong move and the foul. Billups with the Euro step. Trav.
Very nice. I like the Euro step. He maybe got a bit faked out there by the beard. Went one way, the ball went the other. And very, very nice by the big man.
I don't know about you, but I get the feeling here, Trav, if Billups goes to the basket, there's not many people on this team can stop him.
I completely agree, 100%, Mr. Utley. Billups now with the bonus shot. He shoots, comes up short. Ben Purser down with the rebounds. Casilla now running the point for the Perry Lakes Hawks. Brings it down, 1:38 left in the first quarter. Casilla, offensive foul, dropped the shoulder. Drops the shoulder on Chris Clausen. And it will be a Joondalup ball from the baseline. Referee Craig Copes with the strong call there. 21-15, 1:36 left in the first.
Interestingly, I complimented the Hawks on their ball movement. The last few minutes, they've gone a bit where they've actually taken people one-on-one. They need to get back to moving the ball, especially with this spread floor offense. Iliadi's running the point now. Salinas has the ball. They're looking to get into Billups. The double comes straight away, and an offensive foul called back the other way on Billups.
Big call there, and you can't say they were not consistent. Same thing happened at both ends. Same call by the referees. And 1:23 left in the first quarter is the Hawks by 6.
The Wolves are in a press situation. They're matching up, just dropping it there. Casilla with the ball now in the man, setting up that offensive side. Goes to Hickett on the elbow. Purser back to Casilla. Looking the ball, good steal by Salinas, but it goes out on the end line. Hawks ball from the baseline.
And subs for the Wolfpack. Billups will head to the bench. Damien Maddox, the veteran for the Wolves, jumps in. Personnel with the inbound, looks to find Lockie Cummings. Cummings with the ball at the top of the key. Screen set by Hickett.
Good defense, doubled the on ball. Cummings gets that shot up, goes hard off the ring. Iliades with the ball, sings it to Salinas. We've got Maxwell inside with the ball now, looking to go to the basket. Great seal by Maddox. Oh, the ball rims out. Damien Maddox to the foul line for 2.
That'll be Hickett's second foul. Again, we did say if they're going to bang it inside, it's going to cause the Hawks a lot of problems. As we see right now, Hickett will sit down. Brian Carwell back on. Lockie Cummings also sits down for the Hawks. Ryan Smith back in for them. Damien Maddox will head to the line. 2 shots.
Both coaches, Ettridge and Parsons, are really subbing well here. They're getting that rest. Billups gets that extra minute that's there. Maddox with his first makes it. And goes back for the second with 47 seconds left on the clock. 16 to 21. 5-point lead for the Hawks. I think they'd be happy at this stage. But this last 47 seconds is going to be key for them to close out this quarter.
Maddox now with the second shot. Goes 2 for 2 from the line. It is a 4-point game here. 46 seconds left in the first quarter. Rob Casilla comes down, calls out the offense, get a bit of movement. Smith hits to the wing. And Cooper Hamilton now with the ball on the broadcast side, kicks to Purser. Purser drives hard, bank shot, 2 points. They've got to get into it a bit early there.
Yeah, at the present moment, the Wolves are doubling on balls, and it's just the slip is actually getting them caught on the rotation. So they'll look to make that adjustment at this stage. They're looking for the last shot here. 16 seconds to go. Clausen with the ball, hands off to Maxwell. Iliades coming high for that shot. 9 seconds left. He's made it. That's a key for them. And now they just need that stop.
Quick inbound, Cooper Hamilton falls over and out of bounds. 0.9 left in the first quarter. It is a Joondalup ball. Can they get the shot off? Subs for the Hawks.
Parsons thought there was a foul on that one. I didn't really see it. I just thought the guy was out of control moving to the basket.
And the long pass. Seba with the shot from three-quarter court.
Ooh, nice effort.
Fair effort. Quarter time here in the men's grand final. It is the Perry Lakes Hawks 23, the Joondalup Wolves 20. We'll be back shortly from Bendat Basketball Centre. We're back here, Bendat Basketball Centre Men's State Basketball League Grand Final. Hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you are watching. We've got people in the Greek Islands, I see, on our Facebook page. So hope you're enjoying the coverage from a lovely part of the world. Utley, putting your coaching hat on here, mate, how would you be at quarter time if you're either coach at the moment?
I think both coaches would be really happy leading into this quarter. The Hawks have come out strong. They've weathered that storm as the underdogs. They come into the quarter up 3. But on the other hand, the Wolves have actually had a fairly poor shooting quarter, and they're down 3 and know that what the Hawks have shown them. So I think both coaches would be quite happy with how their teams have settled into this game. both coaches will be saying to their players, it is that four-quarter effort that they want. The Wolves, again, would be looking to force Carwell to run. Ben Purser has been a key to them in this, and they need to make sure that they have those guys ready to go.
All right, second quarter action getting set to get underway here at the Bendigo Basketball Centre, Perth, WA, and it is Ryan Smith inbounding to Mitchell Clark. Mitch Clark, local product for the Hawks system, and Smith inbounds, misses the shot, and the Wolves come up with the rebound. Sullivan dribbles down, and they look to run an offense here. Sullivan with the ball high, he needs to get something early just to lift that confidence. As the point guard, he's been getting him to good things, but he needs to just get his own off. Huntington with the hook shot, goes hard off the glass. Good defense there by Carwell on him. Purser with the ball, Carwell inside. 2 points to Carwell. Nice pass by Ben Purser. He thought about the dunk there and thought better of it and just did the nice little drop shot. Wolves now with the ball. A lot of flare action running here for the Wolves. It's Reece Maxwell with the pass inside. It looks conscious that they're going into Carwell's player to try and force him into foul trouble. But Huntington, again, with another left-hand hook that's hard off the ring. And Mitch Clark now with the ball coming down. And a horns action here for the Hawks. Very similar offensive styles here by both teams, looking for action off the wing. It is Ryan Smith now, dribbles over the screen set by Ben Purser. Nice move by Smith to the basket. Come off that screen with a lovely layup down the middle. Their on-ball D is something that the Wolves need to address here. That staggered double screen is where they're being caught out. 7-point margin for the Hawks. They lead at 27-20. 8:34 left in the first half here at Bendak. Reece Maxwell now with the drive. Nice fake move there. Steps back, can't make the bank shot. Ryan Carwell with the rebound. Carwell just so big, cleaning up every defensive rebound. That's the advantage you have of him out there. Purser now with the ball, looks for the drive, pulls up for the jumper, comes up short. Carwell with the rebound, gets it up. Foul called. It will be a baseline ball for the Hawks. Clausen does a good block out and just let himself down, and it bounces to Carwell under the basket. Similar sort of quarter this one. The Hawks have come out on fire. They're moving the ball. They're getting it through people's hands and getting good shots out of it. Timeout here called by the Joondalup Wolves. 27-20, 8:11 left in the second quarter. As you just said, the Hawks are starting both quarters here very fast. I think they have to stay with what's getting them in this lead, though, towards the back end of the quarter. They do, and they're getting good rest with Mitch Clark out there for Lockie Cummings, who was outstanding in the first quarter. They've got him a good rest here with Clark, and he's running the show well. I think the Wolves need to find a way to get some transition baskets here. They're finding they're in the half court. Carwell takes space there. I would have liked to see them push the ball a little bit more where they could. Probably the thing stopping that is the Hawks are shooting at a really good clip, so they're not getting those transition push baskets. And the big thing I think for mine is how they're guarding the on-ball screen, as you brought up, especially that little two-screen action up top. They're getting really good looks inside. If not, they're being very aggressive up the wing, getting really good looks at the basket for the Hawks. The Wolves are planning on doubling that screen. What they're getting caught on is when the double comes, the person slipping the second screen is then having cause rotation behind it. So that ball movement, if you can pass and rotate out of that double, you're going to get good looks, and that's what the Hawks are doing well. So we come back in, 8:11 left in the second quarter. It will be Ben Purser, the inbound for the Hawks from the baseline. Nice little stack action. They look inside for BC. Kicks there to Smith. Carlo now on the post. Looks to go to work on Billups. Gets a little hook shot up. Friendly roll. Brian Carlo, 2 points. It's the Hawks by 9. He's hard to stop when he's deep on the block. And that little left-hand hook was just too big. Billups tried everything. Sullivan with the ball now. Goes to Maxwell. Huntington up high. Iliadis moves to the middle of the court. It's this ball swinging action of a high set that Wanneroo has. Iliadis goes into Huntington. Billups down the middle. With a little dunk. Beautiful ball movement there. They finally got it to him on the block. And a nice little dive there by Billups. And gets rewarded with the nice pass there and the little soft dunk. Ben Purser now being guarded by Reece Maxwell. Backdoor action. Great backdoor. Lockie Cummings with a sweet little layup. And it is the Hawks up by 9 once again. Reece Maxwell now with the ball on the wing. Looks to penetrate the Hawks in a zone. Iliadis swings it around to Sullivan. Sullivan inside the Huntington, looking for some weak side action. Kicks it around. Iliadis to Reece Maxwell. Overshoots the shot. Air ball. Hawks with the ball.
Purser brings the ball up with Maxwell on him. This has been the matchup the Wolves want, but Purser's just so dominant going to the basket with the left-hand layup.
He's ridiculously hard to guard because of his size, and he's also very agile. And again, a 2-3 zone. Iliadis with the early look. 3 points. Trian Iliadis.
That's two from two, the last 2 for Trian Iliadis. If he gets hot, it's going to be a long night for the Hawks.
8-point game here, 33-25. Nice little handoff action. Ryan Smith on the drive. Misses Purser with the offensive board. Kicks it to Carwell. Short arms it, hits the front of the rim, and it will be Joondalup in transition. Get it inside to Billups. Billups goes to work on Carwell with the hook shot, misses, and Carwell comes up with a defensive board.
Good D by Brian Carwell there. He was straight up and down. Billups made the move. He just weathered that and forced it into a tough shot. That's all Carwell can do. We don't need him in foul trouble. We got Clark up high, passes to Purser at the elbow, who looks to go to work on Huntington. Clark slips over. Out of bounds off the pass with Sullivan's deflection. Seb Salinas now checking in, the captain coming in for Maxwell, probably looking to go to that matchup guard on Purser. Baseline ball for the Hawks, and the Hawks are in that stack set again, Travis.
Here we go, Ben Purser once again with the inbound. Looks to get it to Mitch Clark. He pops out to the wing. Purser posting up. Shot clock winding down. Mitch Clark.
Beautiful move.
Pull up. And 2 points. It is the Hawks up by 10, 35-25, 5:48 left in the second quarter.
Sullivan gets ripped middle by Clark on a beautiful move. Billups now has it high, back to Sullivan, back to Trian on the base, who shoots that 3. And that's the third 3 by Iliadis. He's starting to get on fire here, 28-35 to the Hawks.
And Mitch Clark now dribbling down. Again, they love this little wing action that they run into Carwell. Mitch Clark cuts off it. Nice little action there. Mitch Clark, beautiful backdoor cut. Carwell rewards him. They get the layup. And it is the Hawks by 9. Billups now with the ball just on the baseline. Looks to take Ben Purser to the hoop. Backs him down.
Nice move. Might have been a foul there, but a good block on the help. Cummings pushes the ball with Iliadis on him. Nice spin move and a foul by Iliadis sends him to the line. One thing I'll say about the Wolves at the moment is they need to do something with their help side D. There's too many actions going straight to the basket, getting high percentage shots for the Hawks.
They're struggling a lot in transition too. The Hawks are pushing and they're getting good looks. Something has to change for the Wolves here in the second half. And it was now Lockie Cummings at the line, 2 shots.
9-point lead now for the Hawks with Cummings at 2. This could be over a double figures lead after this. Cummings with the first free throw here. Shoots it and makes it. 10-point lead.
What you would expect from a Wildcats development plan.
Yeah, he's actually looking really, really good tonight. He's looking comfortable. He's creating and he's causing some headaches for the Wolves coaching staff here.
Cummings 2 for 2 from the line. The Hawks up by 11. Just under 5 minutes left in the first half.
Spice now checked into that point guard. Come in for the import.
Iliadis yet again for 3. Just hits it.
Gets his own rebound.
Kicks out. Billups looks to go to the hoop.
Little runner by Billups. Beautiful shot. Little floater to the basket. Purser running the point as well. You know, this is something that could wear him out. Goes to the basket with Salinas. Nice spin move to Carwell. Following him in for the little putback.
Ray Smith now dribbling down for the Wolves. Kicks it to Robbie Huntington. Huntington kicks back out to Smith. Back into Huntington. Nice 2-man game. And Huntington with the layup. And Iliadis now getting warned by Stephen DeConza.
I didn't see what that warning was for.
Nor did I. It was very interesting. They were very quick onto it. And the Wolfpack fans getting a bit animated now.
Cummings brings the ball up. They've got this staggered screen. Shoots it himself. Nails it. Early shot. He's on fire here. We've got the 2 shooting guard matchup that we said with Iliadis and Cummings trying to light up here.
44-32, 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Huntington now with the dribble handoff to Salinas. Dribble handoff to Iliadis. Look for the screen off Billups. Iliadis kicks it out to Huntington on the wing. Three-point shot. Good. And it is a 9-point ball game. Lockie Cummings now dribbling up the wing. Nearly went out of bounds there. Cummings looking to go to work. Pulls up. Mitch Clark for three. Misses. Foul. Offensive rebound. Brian Carwell angry with, I don't know, the basketball, the backboard, something.
I think he was angry with himself missing the easy shot. He wanted the M1 there.
There was a lot of anger there from the big man BC.
Interestingly, whether that was on Huntington or Billups with the fouls. I didn't see who they called it on, but if it's on Billups, you know, he's 21. It was on. Billups has 3 fouls now. They're probably going to have to sub him out here.
And now we will see Brian Carwell head to the line. 2 shots. Carwell just taking his time here, unsure of what's happening. Looks at the referee.
Is this the import get a little bit of an extra timeout sub here for Carwell?
I think so. It's a bit strange, but anyway, moving on. BC makes it first.
I think it's a smart move. I should have utilised it more often when I played.
When you had hair, mate, when you had hair.
I was sitting on the bench when I played.
Carwell now looking to shoot the second.
11-point lead to the Hawks. They're just doing a really good job of slowing the tempo of the Wolves. We got Smythe bring the ball up. Salinas high to Huntington. Dribble handoff with Sullivan. Shoots the 3. Again off hard, but it's an offensive rebound to Salinas. Smythe to Huntington high, who hit the last shot. Hard off the ring again. Oh, Billups nearly got his foul on the rebound there. Good D by Sullivan to get back on to Ryan Smith. Block foul called on Cummings.
And always a contentious one, the charge block call, but I think the referee got it right there. Blocking foul called. Subs now. And Damien Maddox back on. Billups sits down with his 3 fouls. Huntington will pass in. Sullivan to run the point for the Wolves. Dribbling down the wing action. Smythe with the ball. Screen set. Nice defense, Lockie Cummings. Sullivan now looks around. Huntington looks to shoot again. And nice post-up and seal there, Damien Maddox. Rob Garcia will get called for the foul. It will be a Joondalup ball from the baseline.
I was actually about to say the Hawks are doing a good job of not fouling. That's only their 6th foul for this half. And they're just forcing the Wolves into low percentage shots, and then that gets some good shots out of it. Timeout called by the Wolves here to get themselves settled.
2:45 left in the second quarter. It is the Perry Lakes Hawks 46, the Joondalup Wolves 35. What, if you're Ben Ettridge right now, do you say, Mark?
I'd be emphasising that they really need to actually go back to their core business of playing tough defence and forcing them into grinded out shots. With that, they can get some transition points here. They're allowing the Hawks to play their tempo, to set up their little 1-2-2 trap into a zone or into a man, take time off the shot clock and force them into perimeter shots. I like to see them go to the basket. They need something really easy towards the hole for them to lift that percentage, get on a momentum and get on a run. They haven't made a run yet, the Wolves.
If you take away Iliadis' scores, they really have struggled from the field. And I, again, agree with you. They really do need to get the ball inside. They have a distinct advantage, particularly with Billups, even though he's got 3 fouls. They've got to get it inside to Huntington. Huntington's more effective at the moment shooting a 3 than he is inside. Yep. It's a big tail of the tape in the first half.
He actually is a really good 3-point shooter, Robbie Huntington. One good thing is that they're going towards the corrugated background end, which is a hard shooting end on this court. So they just need to get their eye in and start just working for some easy baskets. I think Carwell's doing a fantastic job of just being big in the middle.
Speaking of Brian Carwell, he gets a foot on the inbound pass, and foot violation called. Ball kicks out. Smythe now with the ball on the wing, reverses it to Sullivan, kicks it up top to Salinas, back to Sullivan. Sullivan on the step back, taps the 3. Air ball, and Ben Purser with the rebound. Rob Garcia to run the point for the Hawks. Very tough. The Wolves are not getting easy shots at the moment, and it's the tail of the tape. Nice little elbow action here for the Hawks. Purser with the ball, looks to drive on Salinas. Carwell with the shot from the elbow. Cap money.
Look what I'm missing.
13-point ball game. The Hawks can do no wrong in the first half so far.
I'm really surprised that the Wolves aren't extending their D, really. Casillas bringing the ball up. I thought they had an opportunity. Sullivan with the three again. Makes it. You know, he's had some tough shooting. He makes that tough three there. Does that mean he's off and running now?
Very reminiscent of the Lakeside Lightning last night. They just kept shooting and trying to stay in the game.
Oh, Casillas going to the basket. Good hands by Smythe. Touch it off him, and they get the ball back. Wolves ball from the baseline. Sullivan will be looking to set him up for a good shot here. It's crucial that they start getting below that 10-point barrier before the half.
Hawks coach Matt Parsons thought that was a foul. Ball now with Smythe. Kicks it around to Huntington at the top of the keyway. Sullivan trying to get hot yet again. Doesn't get the ball. Salinas rips, goes to work on Smith, sorry. And a foul called. The foul is called on number 9 for the Hawks. Ryan Smith subs for the Wolves. Iliadis checks back into the game. Smythe puts it down. Salinas to the line for 2 shots. Salinas
looking to get below this 10-point. He's a good free throw shooter. Always been consistent from there, and he makes that first one. It'll be interesting to see if the Wolves extend their D after this free throw situation. Try to force people like Robbie Casillas to have some pressure bringing the ball up, which they have. They've looked to go at man, extended D, but again, they've probably got that matchup of Huntington on Casillas, which makes it difficult.
It does. No full court there when you got Casillas handling the ball. They look to get it inside now. Casillas, there's that matchup problem again. Nice hands, Damien Maddox. Trion Iliadis on the break, and a foul called. And getting a little bit niggly out there at the moment. Hands foul called on number 5 for the Hawks. Rob Casillas. Referee's trying to get it under control. Matt Parsons wants to talk it over. 1:14 left in the second quarter. It is the Perry Lakes Hawks 48. The Joondalup Wolves 40. On the flip side, what we talked about last time out, what would you do right now? Joondalup starting to find their feet here. What do you say if you're Matty Parsons right now?
I'd emphasise what we spoke about at the start of the quarter. They're coming in and they're actually moving the ball. They're actually finding some space. The last few minutes, they've gone into putting their head down and driving to the basket. Create some space by ball movement, and then look at when they go to it. I still think that Ben Purser is a hard matchup. You know, he can shoot that elbow jumper, and he goes to the basket stronger than anyone I know in this league. With that in there, it's going to create those handoff curls that we saw for Cummings and for Smith going to the basket. They just need some patience here. I'd be, if I was Matt Parsons, saying, you know, we're up 8 guys. This is a mini run that they've got there on 2 little deflections that are there. So just refocus, be ready for maybe the extended pressure. But if they've got the matchup with Huntington, Casillas can just run the point at will there. So it makes it very, very hard while they want a guard to guard Purser.
And we're back from the timeout. It is a Wolfpack ball from the side. Seb Salinas will inbound for Joondalup.
Hawks are now in the bonus with 4. Sullivan with the ball. Takes it high. They're in a zone, the Hawks here. 2-3 goes inside to Maddox. Good dish to Huntington, who gets fouled and scored. Bonus point. Beautiful little offense there by the Wolves. They had good movement side to side and it created space inside for Huntington to score.
They're playing with a lot more patience in the last 3 minutes. It's looking good for Joondalup. Huntington now will head to the line for the bonus. And subs for the Wolves. Reece Smythe back on. Sullivan sits down.
Purely a sub there so Sullivan doesn't get a foul before half-time. They know that this second half is where they're going to put that pressure on.
Huntington misses the bonus. And Purcell with the rebound. Lockie Cummings brings the ball to the wing. Pulls up for 3. Misses. Nice rebound on offense there. Clark deals with the pressure. Strong work by the young man. Puts in the 2 points.
Impressive by the young boy. Smythe was caught out, got the rebound. Iliadis on the wing, takes it hard for the runner. Oh, unlucky off the glass. Carwell cleans up again.
Clark kicking down the court. Smith for 3. Misses. Salinas with the rebound. The game's kicked up a notch here in the last minute. Iliadis with a nice pass. Purser gets a hand on it. And not good enough. Damien Maddox regathers the ball, goes up for the shot, and is fouled by Ben Purser. That will be his second foul, I believe.
And this is what we talked about. This isn't the tempo that Matt Parsons would have wanted out of the timeout. This up and down play allows that transition basketball for Joondalup and their shooters. Maddox with the first one, makes it, takes it back to a 7-point game here. 28 seconds to go in the half. Damian Maddox with his second free throw and nails that one as well. 6-point game. Maxwell comes in for Maddox here, calling some subs, and we have another timeout by Parsons.
So 6-point ball game, 28 seconds left here in the second quarter at Bendat. If you look at it from a Hawks perspective, they've started strong both quarters so far, but the Wolves have found their way late in both quarters. What's the key for, I guess, the Hawks moving forward, and then obviously the Wolves?
Well, the key with the Hawks is to maintain freshness in their players. You know, at the end of the quarter, they've made some subs, but they're good subs. They've got some rest for the second half into people like Carwell, into Smith, into Cummings that are there. Out of this timeout, 28 seconds, Parsons will draw up something to get a really good shot. They make it, they go in 8 up. You take that as a coach going there. On the other hand, the Joondalup Wolves will be talking about trying to force them into a low percentage shot, might give a 4-second, 5-second turnaround for that quick hit back the other way.
Yeah, I would love to see the Hawks here on this offense go back to that elbow action where they got those backdoor looks in the early in the second quarter. It'd be interesting to see what happens out of this timeout. If the Hawks can score, they go back into the main break with a fair bit of momentum. We have Mitch Clark still on for the Hawks.
He's been really impressive, Mitch Clark. I've been really impressed with how he's taken the game on. He's done some really good things. Joondalup extending the D, just trying to get them to take that early shot. Smith with the ball now. Hand off to Clark, who's patient with the ball, waiting for this action. Smythe on him, goes into Purser with Maxwell on him. Turnaround shot early on in the piece. Gives Joondalup that final shot.
Smythe with the ball, kicks it to Iliadis. 7 seconds remaining in the first half. Iliadis comes off the screen off Huntington. Carwell guarding Iliadis for 3. Comes up short. Oh, the three-quarter prayer from Mitch Clark just rims out. The main break here in the 2018 State Basketball League Grand Final sees the Perry Lakes Hawks 50, the Joondalup Wolves 44. We'll be back after this halftime break. 2. There we go.
There we go. I'm back in.
We'll do a quick... And you're back here, Bendat Basketball Centre, Perth, Western Australia. Half-time here in the men's grand final for 2018. Mark, we had a really good presentation there. It's great for the league to recognise some of our young stars. The under-18 state metro team winning gold earlier this year in Geelong. It was good for the boys to get such recognition on such a big stage.
Well, they deserve it. What a great effort to go over and win gold against some basketball powerhouse states. You know, there's some huge talented kids in that group, and when we have a team from WA win gold at 18s, they've gone on to NBL careers and pushed further on. So what a fantastic effort, well coached, and great effort for those guys to be recognised in front of this big crowd.
It was 3 of the boys going on after that under-18 performance at Nationals to play for the Australian team. Yeah. Wayne Swakabaluk and Luke Jackson and Luke Travers. And especially the latter two, Luke Jackson and Luke Travers, having great tournaments at Asia Championships and also the World Championships in Argentina. Great to see some of the young talent we have here in Western Australia doing so well abroad. 1:30 left in the halftime break here at Bendat. And looking at some of the stats, Mark, the rebounding count is a big story from the first half.
Yeah, the game of basketball is a pretty simple thing. You put the ball in the hole more than the opposition, and to do that, you need to control the rebounds and shoot at a higher percentage. And our rebounding count here, with the Wolves only having 14 rebounds to 26 by the Hawks, the effort of Carwell and Purser on the glass has allowed them those extra shots. Shooting percentage-wise, the Wolves at 39%, while the Hawks are at 56%, means that there is that disparity with it. On the other side of that, what's keeping the Wolves in this game is the higher turnover count by the Hawks. They haven't looked after the ball. That's somewhere that I think the Wolves can actually exploit.
You pointed out in the first half that the Wolves were shooting to what we call the corrugated iron end of court one here at Bendat. It is very hard because you do get that depth changing so much. It'll be interesting to see how the Hawks deal with that in the second half, and if their shooting percentage drops down. They are a bit used to it though, playing of course 13 of their home games here this year.
And let's put it into perspective. You can't blame the Wolves when you're actually taking some pretty low percentage shots. When they moved the ball and got some kick out once, Trion Iliadis was on fire there, and he didn't look like missing. Sullivan hit some late. You know, the key to this game is getting more out of Sullivan and Billups. You know, Billups is in foul trouble. They've rested him now. They really need him to start to go to work inside, and Sullivan just to have that presence.
They really can't afford Billups to get a foul here within the first 5 minutes of this quarter. Could change the complete complexion of this game. We're back here, live action from Bendat. It is the Wolves with the ball. Sullivan dribbling down, gets a screen from Huntington, dribbles over it. Carwell now guarding Sullivan. Billups inside looking for the rock, gets it. Cole Heath guarding him. Mismatch for the Wolves. Billups goes to work. Fadeaway action. Nice man shot.
Great move. Every single time he sees Cole Heath isolated on him, Billups goes to work, and he's just such a tough matchup. Purser running the point now with Maxwell on him. Swings the ball to Smith. Cummings gets it to Carwell on the block. Errant pass goes out of court. Early bad pass by Carwell here. He'll be wanting to make amends for that next time down.
With Billups in foul trouble, I would have thought Carwell should have gone to work there. Maybe see if he can draw that fourth foul.
What an interesting matchup we have with Purser on the import, Sullivan as a point guard. Billups with the three, short off the glass. Carwell cleans that up, gets it out to Purser as the outlet, who pushes the ball down court. Great run down by Sullivan, knocks it out off the baseline. Hawks ball on the baseline.
Hawks ball, they set up their little stack offense yet again. It will be Ben Purser to inbound, kicks it out to Cole Heath. Now it is Lockie Cummings looking to get it inside. Mismatch here, Reece Maxwell guarding Ben Purser. Ben Purser goes to work, backs him down. Nice pass there to Carwell. Carwell fumbles again. Carwell not having a great start to the second half.
No, he didn't catch that one. Normally he has really good hands under the basket. Just a little bit hot for him. I'm actually surprised the Wolves aren't sending the double off Cole Heath. I thought that was some adjustment that they would have done when they got onto the block.
Sullivan now with the ball. They can run a little horns action here, do the Wolves. Kicks out to Huntington. Swings around to Iliadis. Smith looks for the help. It was not coming. And Iliadis with a nice floater off the backboard. 2 points, and in a day 2-point ball game. 50-48, 8:37 left in the third quarter.
I actually thought Smith might have fouled him there, also on the hand, on the hip. Cummings with a curl and a floater back the other way. Iliadis with the rebound, pushes the ball. We have a numbers advantage. Sullivan for the three, short off the glass, but Purser touches it to Billups, who was fouled under the basket.
Purser should have grabbed that rebound there. He was wide open. He tried to get it to a guard, but the Hawks coming out here a little bit rattled, and Billups will head to the line, 2 shots.
This is that third quarter that we talked about, the important third quarter, how they adjust at half-time. You know, does Matt Parsons burn a timeout early just to settle him? You don't want to do that as a coach. I used to try to not call a timeout in the third quarter, but Parsons might need to here.
Yeah, close ball game. You don't want to kill one of your 3 timeouts early. Billups makes the first shot. Up goes the second. It is a tied ball game here, ladies and gentlemen. 50 apiece, 8:20 left in the third quarter. Ben Purser now playing point guard. Kicks out to Lockie Cummings on the wing. Carwell sets the screen. Cummings looks to dribble over. Nice little show there.
Good show by Billups.
Now the ball with Smith. Kicks it into Purser. Nice defense. Reece Maxwell. Ryan Smith. 3 points in the corner. And it is the Hawks up by 3.
Nice fake by Smith. Got Iliadis off the ground. Sullivan takes it back. Little shot over Carwell. It's a big person to shoot over, and he's short off the glass. Hawks coming back now with that momentum. Cummings with the ball on the side, goes to the basket hard, dishes it off. Nice block by Huntington. Hawks get the ball back. I don't know why there's a reset on the clock there. Cummings with the baseline 3. Carwell with the offensive rebound and the putback.
Too big, too strong inside. Carwell extends the Hawks lead out to 5 points. Very interesting matchup here. Purser guarding Sullivan. Kicks out to Iliadis inside. The mismatch. Billups on the post. Fadeaway jumper misses. Lockie Cummings pulls in the rebound. Hawks ball moving down the court. Cummings kicks ahead. Ben Purser, grandstand side of Bendat. Now with the ball, kicks it to Ryan Smith on the curl cut. Step back, does not take the shot. Purser moves the ball back to Smith. Smith with the crossover, 3 points. Comes up short, Billups with the rebound. Sullivan pushes
right Sullivan. Go on the breakaway, he's missed the left-hand layup. Good run down by Cole Heath, and Cummings there to put pressure on him. Oh, Cummings travels trying to make that pass. Wolves ball from the sideline here.
You still question that new travel rule. When they pick the ball up, you don't know if that 0 step is still into account. I've watched many FIBA videos. I still don't understand the damn rule. Moving on here, Sullivan with the ball up top. The Hawks in a zone. Kicks to the wing. Iliadis swings the ball around. Huntington to Maxwell. Fumbles the ball. Maxwell now looking to move the ball around. Billups for the big block. And the foul.
Awesome dunk by Billets, but I was really impressed with Maxwell there, attacking the zone. Carwell standing there, forcing Carwell to actually come to him to open up that lane. That's what I thought against this zone the Wolves need to do more of. Exactly what Maxwell did. Attack the middle rather than look at the perimeter. Force Carwell to do something because he's just so big inside. Billets for the free throw now. 3-point lead to the Hawks. Billets makes it, puts it in. We have Hawks ball. Smith doing the ball carrying duties now with Iliadis on him. Calling the offense here. We're going back to that high elbow set. Carwell with the ball. Smith on the 45. Looking to get Purser on the block with Salinas on him. Purser goes to work. Inside. Carwell massive with the offensive rebound and one.
Brian Carwell getting over his yips for the first couple of minutes of the third quarter. Coming up big now, a couple of big baskets, and it will see BC head to the line. One shot, 6:11 left in the third quarter. It is the Perry Lakes Hawks 57, the Joondalup Wolves 53. Carwell now heads to the line for one. We do hope you're enjoying the coverage, whether you're with us on 98.5 or through the SBL Facebook page. Carwell misses the bonus, and referee calls it Joondalup ball. It will be the Wolves to come down.
Sullivan with the ball. They're looking at that extended zone matchup to take pressure off the clock. Billets shooting the three from the 45. Hard off the glass, but Iliadis gets the offensive rebound over Cole Heath. Looks to go to work inside. Nice move by Triana. Scoring the two.
Pressure here up the court from Salinas. Purser dribbling down. Purser now with the ball up top. Looks to move it around. Lockie Cummings on the wing. Grandstand side of Bendach. Looks up for Ryan Smith. Doesn't find him up top. Drives. Kicks out. Bailey Cole Heath. 3 points from the corner. Misses. Brian Carwell. Yet another rebound. Billets guarding him. Does not want that full foul.
Great defense by Billets. Just stayed up. Joondalup ball. There's been a change in the matchups now. Billets has gone to Carwell. That's allowing Huntington to go to Bailey Cole Heath. You know, the Hawks have been consciously trying to get Purser on the block, knowing that the only help can come off Carwell's man. This allows Huntington to come across as that help. Huntington with the ball high, looks to go to the dribble handoff with Sullivan, who swings it back to Billets. Good D switching by the Hawks. Salinas with the ball high. Iliadis on the 45. No screens coming. Goes inside to Robert Huntington for the left-hand hook. Hard off the glass, but tapped out by Purser. We have Joondalup ball from the baseline.
Strong work there by Jalen Billups on the offensive rebounds, forcing the error from Ben Purser. It will be Seb Salinas to inbound. 14 seconds on the shot clock. 5:09 left in the third quarter. Salinas kicks to Sullivan in the corner. Misses. Billups, strong work inside.
And follows
rebound, gets the tip in, ties it up, 57-all. Casilla now dribbling the ball down, hands off to Lockie Cummings. Ryan Smith comes off the double screen, doesn't get it. Purser now comes high at the elbow, kicks out to Casilla. Casilla looks for drive. Nice little head fake, up, scoop layup.
The old 1970 step around by Robbie Casilla.
The eyebrow fake had him falling for it. Strong work on the post here between Purser and Billups. Billups looks to go to work, kicks it out.
Foul by Carwell coming across to help. Two for Huntington. Is it just me, or are they consciously trying to put pressure on Purser? He's so keen to this. They're forcing him to dribble the ball up, play the point guard role, also play down him, conscious to go to it. It's interesting to see Matt Parsons, whether he can get Purser that rest in that third quarter for the last.
Ironmonger and Damien Maddox enter the game for Joondalup. Rob Huntington will head to the line. 2 shots as our floor wipers just wipe up some of the moisture accrued from Brian Carwell. Huntington heading to the line. The Hawks faithful making some noise. Huntington very reliable from the foul line. Makes the first.
Big sub Billups come out. I just thought he was finding that aggression to the basket, so hopefully they'll give him a short rest and get him back out there. I've been really impressed with how he come out this quarter.
Huntington 2 for 2 from the line, ties it up 59-all. 4:24 left in the third quarter. Rob Cassia now running the point for the Hawks. The Hawks look for that wing action. They get it through the elbow backdoor. That has worked brilliantly for them tonight. Nice pass, Brian Carwell. Ryan Smith with the reverse layup. Sullivan now looking to drive. Offensive foul. He pushed off with the armbar. That will be foul number 3 for Brian Sullivan, and it will be a Perry Lakes ball.
Yeah, interesting call. I didn't think there was much in it, but it was definitely there. Definitely there. Good deep. I could see it cutting him off on the baseline.
Subs for the Wolves. Reece Maxwell in for Brian Sullivan, who sits down with his 3rd foul. Ball now on the wing with Lockie Cummings. They try to double off the wing. Cummings gets through the double team. Kicks to Casilla, who drives hard. Big drive, misses. Darwell is cleaning up inside on rebounds. 2 more points. It is the Hawks by 4.
Ironmonger pushes the ball back. Maddox with the ball. Good backdoor by Huntington there. Overshot it. Salinas with the ball. Carwell cleans up the glass. He's been big. Looks to that outlet to Cummings here. 4-point lead to the Hawks. Cummings goes to the basket. Great little dish to Casilla, who dishes to Purser down the middle. Scoring's good. 1 extra to Ben Purser.
Great ball movement there by the Hawks. They weren't rushed. They made sure they got a good look, and it was Captain Courageous Ben Purser. Nice dive down the middle and rewards the group teamwork with a nice basket. Billups, as you called us back into the game. Huntington sits down. Ben Purser will head to the line for 1.
I think Ben Ettridge is a momentum one. They had the momentum by tying it up. Took Billups out. They just want to rest this for before 3/4 time, and having him out there, he was aggressive. It's great. Ironmonger brings the ball up now. Hawks in the 1-2-2 half-court press. Maxwell looks to go inside to Salinas. To Ironmonger. Maxwell on the 45 against his zone. Again attacks that. Looks for the little shot. Rims out. Bad luck there, but Maxwell gets the ball back, and a foul's been called on the captain, said Salinas.
Once again, a tap rebound from Ben Purser. He apologises to Matt Parsons. Could have ended dangerously yet again, but it sees the Perry Lakes Hawks with the ball. Rob Casilla inbounds now. Passes to Ryan Smith, who kicks it back to Casilla. Small ball. The guards playing horns. Lockie Cummings with the ball. Gets past.
Great help. Blocked by Maddox. Salinas tries to save it, but it's out of court.
As you said, great block there by Damien Maddox on the help side. Interesting to see they ran the horns action for the guards. It is Ben Purser who will inbound from the baseline now. 2:53 left in the 3rd quarter. It is 65-59. Hawks ball. The ball goes into Carwell. Carwell with Maddox on him on the wing. Single digits on the shot clock. Steal by Damien Maddox. And it is Reece Maxwell dribbling down. Kicks it in. Billups at the elbow. Nice crossover.
Oh, that's a huge call.
That is a massive call in the context of the game. The Beard is not happy with it at all. And the Hawks, on the other hand, could not be happier. That is Billups' 4th foul. He will have to sit down. Rob Huntington back on the court. Billups remonstrating with the referee as he sits down.
I think Billups thought that there was a hands foul early before that should have been called, and the follow-through caused that 4th foul in the offensive call.
Massive call there in the context of the game. We'll see how the Wolves react on that one. Rob Casilla now with the ball top of the keyway. Elbow action as we've seen tonight. Gives it to Purser. Purser back to Casilla. Casilla on the drive. Kicks it out. Ryan Smith for 3. Air ball. Casilla with a nice hustle. Great hustle there.
Great hustle by Casilla. 4 seconds on the clock. That's the things you do in a grand final to win it. That gets you that extra shot that they can make here. See what they can do with it. The Wolves going with purely local players here in the 5. Smith pulls up after his last air ball. They get it again. Offensive rebounds. Rebounds killing the Wolves here.
Ball out. Brian Carwell for the big 3. Misses. And a foul called on what will be Ryan Smith for the Hawks. Pushing over the back. It will see a Joondalup ball.
They're just giving the Hawks those extra shots. You know, Carwell's big inside. You can understand blocking him out, it's hard, but it's the guards and the hustle that you would expect more from the Wolves to get desperate on those, to make them to hold them to 1 shot, 1 play.
Perry Lakes going small here now. Jordan Hickett in with Mitchell Clark. Carwell off the court, along with Ryan Smith. The Hawks are in a zone. Ironmonger passes into Maddox. Maddox goes to work. Huge size mismatch. And it we'll see Maddox head to the line. 2 shots.
That's just so smart by a veteran. We always talk about it. They're in a zone, they're in a small zone. What does Damien Maddox do? Coach puts himself at the front of the ring, knowing that he's going to force him into a foul.
Iliadis back on for the Wolves. Seb Salinas sits down. Maddox to the line. 2 shots, both teams in team foul situation now. Maddox misses the first. Rare miss there for the veteran.
How big a 2 minutes is this?
Huge. Absolutely huge. Maddox with the second makes it. It is a 5-point ball game. Perry Lake 65, Joondalup 60. Mitch Clark now with the ball. Up court pressure from the Wolves. Purser looks for the screen, slips it. Lockie Cummings drives.
That's a charge on Lockie Cummings. Went in out of control. Great lead by Maxwell. Coming across to the split line and taking that charge.
And they've been very consistent with that all night, the referees. And Jalen Billups will feel a little bit justified now after that call there. It is Joondalup ball from the baseline. Reece Maxwell to inbound. Ben Ironmonger will run the point for the Wolves.
With Mitch Clark on him, Maxwell brings the ball up, looking to set up. The play for Trent Iliad is on the 45, gets the on ball by Robert Huntington. They slip that back to Maxwell on the 45. Ironmonger with the 3-point shot. Hard off the glass, good clean up by Ben Purser again, who pushes the ball out long.
That's just not the shot they want there, the Wolves. They need to get a better look. Purser kicks out to Lockie. Lockie Cummings on the drive, looks at the bank shot, misses. Huntington with the defensive board. Iliadis pushing it in trans, kicks ahead. Damien Maddox misses. Iliadis, hard fall there on the baseline. Takes a little bit to get up. Lockie Cummings now with the ball in the front court. Mitch Clark trying to get a nice set run here for the Hawks. Ironmonger guarding him.
The last minute's been like a table tennis match. Rob Kassir for 3, open look. No one found him, knocked it down. That's a big 3-point in the series. Maxwell goes to the basket, loses control. The foul called, shooting 2. Interesting to see who that foul's on, actually.
Called on number 34 there, Jordan Hickett. 46 seconds left in the third quarter. 68, the Perry Lakes Hawks, 60 to the Wolves. The Wolves call subs. Brian Sullivan and Chris Clausen into the game. We haven't seen much of Clausen in the second half. Reece Maxwell heads to the line now, 2 shots.
Putting Clausen out there while they've got that small lineup allows him to play that tweener big guy here. And I think that's what Ben's looking for to close out the quarter. Maxwell makes the first, takes it down to a 7-point game. 46 seconds. Hawks have a 2-for-1 opportunity here. It'll be interesting to see if they take that early one with Cummings out there.
Maxwell now lines up the second shot. Rims out, Maddox comes down with the offensive board. Purser guarding him. Maddox, nice little shake and bake on the post. And gets a nice left-hand hook shot. It is a 5-point ball game here at Bendats. 33 seconds left in the third quarter. It is Rob Kassir running the point. Screen set by Hickett. The Wolves switch. They look inside. Purser, strong drive, 2 points.
Too strong there for Purser over Maxwell. Takes it out to 17-point. Wolves, Sullivan with the ball.
7 point.
The Wolves will look to actually take this last shot here. 11 seconds to go. Sullivan with the ball. High on ball by Maddox. He slips that. Sullivan takes the 3 off balance and nails it. Big 3 by Brian Sullivan there.
And 3-quarter time here at Bendat. Massive 3 to end the quarter for Brian Sullivan. It sees the Perry Lakes Hawks heading to the final break. 70, the Joondalup Wolves 66. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen, for what should be an amazing fourth quarter here from Bendat. taking part in the three-quarter time shootout competition. He made a layup, so there's hope yet for our referees in the state bar.
There it is. He made the layup, got something out of it. It's unusual. I had no hope of him actually hitting any of those, I thought.
No,
I thought he was very lucky.
Especially with the bow tie on. Rather interesting look. Three-quarter time here, and the crowd really starting to get into this one. 4-point ball game. It wasn't predicted this would be close, but it's great to see two teams really battling hard, and this could go either way right now.
It's been a great game. Phillips 4 fouls. It'll be interesting to see when Ben uses him, how early he uses him. That last shot by Sullivan was huge in the context because it just looked like he gave him that confidence out of that.
Yeah, Sullivan there got a heap of confidence. He was pumped up heading in to the three-quarter time break. The crowd on their feet here at Bendout, it is a jam-packed crowd. The SBL saying this was a sellout mid-afternoon. It's been a great atmosphere. Last quarter coming to you live. Wherever you're joining us from around the world or here in Perth on 98.5, we hope you're enjoying the coverage. Ben Purser for the Perry Lakes Hawks to pass it in. Mitch Clark running the point for the Hawks. He gets the ball. Clark goes down, guarded by Sullivan. Clark gets the screen from Purser. Looks to find the captain. Kicks it out. Big block there by Maddox. Smith gets the ball back. Pulls up with a jumper. 2 points.
He has ice in his veins, Smith. Gets blocked. Steadies, shoots the shot. Last quarter he had the three-pointer where someone ran at him. Now we've got the Wolves ball. Sullivan looking to take it and put his stamp on this game.
6-point ball game. Sullivan now coming down, kicks out to Maddox. Maddox looking for the handoff to Iliadis. Nice denied there by Ryan Smith for the Hawks. Purser guarding Huntington on the post. Huntington looking to go to work. Purser, good
nice
defense.
By Purser.
Single digits on the shot clock. Casilla, hands on it. Great hustle defense by the Perry Lakes Hawks. It's what you want in the fourth quarter of a grand final, and it will be Perry Lakes ball.
It is. Purser with the inbound ball to Clark. Clark looking to bring the ball up, calling the offense as they move the ball down. Purser isolated at the top with Sullivan on him. Looks to take the ball. Elbow ball to Purser. Casilla with the ball, looks to shoot the three. Nice slip by Carwell inside, but it comes off hard, off the glass.
Maddox with the defensive rebound, passes to Sullivan. Sullivan now running the show for the Wolves. Kicks it back out. Rob Huntington moves it to Iliadis. Iliadis from the wing for 3. Rims out. Rob Casilla with the defensive board. Moving forward. Good screen by Ben Purser. Reese Maxwell runs through him and gets called for the pushing foul. It will see Perry Lakes get the ball from the side as we come in to wipe the sweat up.
A little bit silly there by Maxwell. He saw Purser, tried to slip underneath it, but ran straight into him and got that foul. You know, in a last quarter, those little fouls can put you in the bonus, which makes it hard. We've got Perry Lakes ball from the sideline with Cummings passing it in. 6-point game, 8:45 on the clock.
As you said, Mark, very silly foul, given it's a close game, they're trailing. If that comes back to bite them, they have to foul late in the quarter. Again, that's the sort of play there that cost them a championship.
Yeah, that's right. This is a key play here. Cassilla's running the point. He has Maxwell on him. Chance for Maxwell to get retribution here by playing good D. Casilla with the ball, looking to go to the elbow set. Carwell to Purser with a great pass. Hard off the glass.
And Maxwell with the rebound now, coming down the court in trans. Looks to find the person in the corner, which was Clausen. Foul on the play, no score called. A blocking foul called on number 5, which is Rob Casilla. And the Pyrotechnics yet again have gone AWOL 2 nights in a row. Referee Trav Stewart, the SBL, has come in handy very well. He knows how to set off some gas, the young man. So
I thought it was a hot air balloon myself. I was wondering what was going on there.
Everyone else panicked. Trav Stewart just got it done yet again. Looking now at, it's a Joondalup ball from the side. Seb Silence will pass it in. Passes it to Sullivan. Sullivan on the drive. Looks to shoot. Foul called. It will be on Casilla. Pushing foul called on him.
If Casilla hadn't have actually fouled then, Carwell had that easily covered. It looked like he was going to block it. Does that help?
And that is Casilla's 5th foul. That could be rather big. Cooper Hamilton comes in for him. Sullivan now 2 shots at the line.
Take it back to a 4-point game. Sullivan shoots the first. makes it a 5-point game with 8:27 to go. Sullivan for his second free throw, puts that in as well. Big free throws in the context. Purser having to run the point now with Kassir out. Looking to put that extra effort with Huntington on him. He'll like that mismatch.
They come off that Paterson double screen. They've run a fair bit tonight. They look to get it inside the Carwell. It's denied by Maddox. Ryan Smith now with the ball on the wing. Looks to find Purser. Purser kicks it out. Cooper Hamilton for three. Comes up short.
Great block out by Robert Huntington. Sullivan pushes the ball now. He's got the lane to the basket. Great challenge by Carwell. Just forced him out of that tough shot. Looked like he had a layup.
Smith now with the ball. Gives it to Purser. Purser trips over it, as does Carwell. Somehow it finds Ryan Smith for the Hawks on the wing. Moved now by Smith. Gets past the reach from Maddox. Lockie Trummings with the floater. Misses. And Rob Huntington comes down with the ball.
Carwell there. Sullivan brings that ball up. Still a 4-point game. Comes off the on-ball, looking at it. Purser on him now in the middle of the court. Goes to Maddox with Cummings on him. Looking to go to work here, Damien Maddox. Nice pass to Huntington inside. Just too easy. Great work by Damien Maddox. I've been impressed with his game.
No one helping the helper there. Carwell came across, and it was all alone there for Rob Huntington. 2-point ball game. 7 minutes left in the game now. Purser with the pull-up from the elbow. He is money from that spot. 2 points, 4-point ball game.
Tough shot by Ben Purser. Sullivan looking to come back now. Maddox with that on-ball. Sullivan for three, hard off the glass. Carwell cleans up, outlets to Smith, who gets it to Purser, who's playing that point roll.
And Purser now coming down the broadcast side of Bendat, looking to move the ball. Looks at Ryan Smith, they're trying to get him open for his three. Steps back, doesn't find it. Gives it to Purser. Purser at the elbow. Salinas guarding him. The step back. Offensive foul called on the play against Ben Purser. That will be his third foul for the game. Subs for the Hawks. Mitch Clark checks in. Cooper Hamilton will sit down.
A lot of people will comment about umpires, but you have to talk about the consistency. Same call as what they made for Sullivan early in the game. That little push-off going to the basket. Purser put it out there to clear some space. The umpires were onto it straight away. Maddox comes off for a rest. We've got a Clausen on for him.
Yep.
We're in a very small Wolves lineup here going into this little patch. Salinas with the ball in the 45, calling Clausen over for that on ball. Salinas with a tough pull-up and nails it for three.
1-point ball game. 74 to the Hawks, 73 to the Wolves. 6:13 left in the game. Mitch Clark now with the ball. Dribbling now, they run this little horn set. They look at the wing action. Try to get it to Purser. Clausen playing good D. Kicks it back out. Smith with the fake. Gets him up. Three. Big three. Big shot. Ryan Smith. Smithers answers with his own.
Great to answer.
Sullivan, a nice little drive there. And the leg out by Mitch Clark. It will see a Joondalup ball from the side.
Great comeback there by Smith. As I said, that he just eyebrow fakes a jump, knowing how good a shooter is, and he's been one of those people that has ice in his veins tonight. Sullivan high with the ball. The Hawks have gone back to that zone. Sullivan looks to penetrate over to Iliades, who shoots a quick three himself. Good contest by Clausen, but great hustle by Clark, forcing the foul. After Luke's ball.
How big has he been for them? He's come off the bench, played a role, he's running the point now. He's been someone, again, he wouldn't have been on the scout board, on the whiteboard pre-game, but he's stepped up and played a massive role for the Hawks tonight.
Matt Parsons' teams always have those role players that do their job. Clark running the point now with Sullivan on him in the middle of the court. Goes back to that elbow set with Carwell. Clark, tough shot early on in the piece. Sullivan goes and gets a rebound. Outlets to Salinas.
Salinas now moving down the court, broadcast side of Bendat Court 1 here. Salinas pulls up for the jumper. 2 points. Seb Salinas with a couple of big shots. And it's a 2-point ball game here at Bendat. 5 minutes left in the men's grand final for 2018. Lockie Cummings with a nice little handle off the wing. Clausen guarding him. Purser now with the ball. They look to get it inside to Brian Carwell. Purser goes straight past. Gets his own rebound off the missed shot. Lockie Cummings, 3 points. Knocks it down. Huge three-pointer for Lockie Cummings.
Offensive pass work by Purser. Just get that kickback. It's just been crucial for him. When do they put Billups back? That's the question. They need him out there now.
Iliadis with the ball, gives it to Rob Huntington on the wing. Iliadis gets it back. Can he nail the big three? He does not. And Ben Purser with the defensive board. Lockie Cummings comes down. 4:23 left in the game. Lockie Cummings with the ball, grandstand side of the court. Tells the offense to go away. Cummings for back-to-back threes. My goodness. Lockie Cummings gives the Perry Lakes Hawks an 8-point lead. Timeout call by Ben Ettridge. 83-75. 4:13 left in the game.
Three-point shooting percentage. How good's it been? Young kid like Lockie Cummings, I know he's a Wildcat development player, but he didn't even hesitate. In a big game like that, he was open and it was all net. The Wolves are going to have to look at putting some pressure D here now with 4 minutes to go. Billups is coming back in.
Billups back onto the court. I love the confidence there of Cummings. He was going to get a screen set for him by Purser first of all, and then by Carwell. Told them both to go away. He knew what he was going to do. He stepped back from a fair distance out. Nails the three-pointer. We have an 8-point ball game. 4:13 left in the fourth quarter. What a game we're having. It's living up to a lot of the hype.
It is. It's a great game. 4:13 to go to the grand final. You've got the favourites that are 8 points down. It's really what you want to see here. Last night in the women's, we had the favourites down. They came up to get that win. They're going to do the same thing as it is tonight.
It was about a timeout about the same time. Lakeside went on a 21-0 run. Not sure that's going to happen tonight, but Joondalup, they have the championship experience. They've been on the big stage the last 4 years. If anyone can do it in the men's league, I do believe it is the Joondalup Wolves. The Hawks now in a match-up zone. Clark matching up with Sullivan. Looking to get the ball inside the Billups. Purser guarding Billups. Billups fumbles. Goes to work on the post. Nice D. Billups misses the shot, gets his own rebound. Shot clock resets. Billups now going at Carwell. Great defense, Brian.
Forces the ball, Billups.
Billups now, no confidence, having to sit on the bench for so long. Lockie Cummings is taking over the game. Hesitation move at the elbow. Drives to the basket. Gets fouled by number 22, Rob Huntington. It will see Lockie head to the line, 2 shots.
In that situation, Rob Huntington's high is a good three-point shooter. Carwell's in the keyway. I would like to see the ball swung to him there. Billups tried to see the mismatch on Carwell. I thought he did a great job of standing upright again, and Cummings pushes the ball now. He's causing headaches for the guards, making that first free throw out to a 9-point lead for the Hawks.
Lockie Cummings making the last 7 points for the Hawks. He is on fire.
Make that 8.
8 points. The young man is leading the way for the Hawks. Out to a 10-point ball game here. Sullivan now with the ball, drives against Purser, doesn't get a look. Billups fumbles the ball, gives it out to Seb Salinas on the wing, grandstand side. Looks to get a shot off here, does Seb. Fakes up, Billups with the ball on the wing. Shot fake on Carwell, and a foul called on the dribble. It will be a side ball for the Joondalup Wolves. Apologies, I was looking at the team foul situation. 2 shots, it will be team fouls to the Hawks, against the Hawks, and Billups will head to the line.
This is an opportunity for the Wolves here. They've got them in foul trouble. They need to go to the hole. Slow the game down, go to the free throw line, get some kick-out threes, and see where it goes. They're not out of this game by any stretch.
And Billups there confidently knocks down the first. I have to ask you quickly, which is the better beard, his or young Kyle Easter, the referee with the red beard?
Definitely Jalen Billups.
Very well done. Billups, oh my. Pressure got to him, air ball from the foul line. Perry Lakes ball from the side. 3:28 left in the game. It is the Perry Lakes Hawks 85, the Joondalup Wolves 76. An extended press here, but again, Rob Huntington having to play on Ben Purser. They can't get the pressure they need on the ball.
Yep.
Purser outside the three-point line now. Looks to attack on Huntington at the elbow. Kicks it to Carwell. Kicks it around. And Iliadis with the steal. Looks to drive. Brian Smith gets back on D. No foul on the drive. It will be a Joondalup ball from the baseline.
That looked like a foul from here. The umpires are in a better position than me. They didn't make that call. It's baseline ball, Joondalup. Salinas passes into Iliadis, who is high with it. Salinas pops out for the three. Hard off the ring. Smith brings the ball up on the 45.
Smith now with the ball. Nice pressure by Iliadis. Purser kicks it around to Carwell, kicks it around to the young gun, Mitch Clark. Hits Carwell on the slip and hands there by Iliadis. It will be a Perry Lakes ball. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. 85-76 the score. 2:46 remaining in the fourth quarter. And Ryan Smith to inbound for the Hawks off the baseline. Cummings wants the ball, gets it. Salinas guarding him. Shot clock winding down. The double screen action. Purser with the jump shot, misses, but Ryan Smith with the hustle, pulls up the offensive rebound, kicks it ahead now. Lockie Cummings looks to drive. Brian Carwell, the Wolves are at 6s and 7s there trying to get the ball. A lot of them went for the ball at half court, left the basket wide open. Brian Carwell here with a chance to make it an 11-point game.
I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but offensive rebounds are killing the Wolves here. You know, they played really good D just to get that Ryan Smith hustle offensive rebound. Now you see Brian Carwell at the line from it.
BC now, first shot, and he misses. Hawks needing that one to go in. Carwell shakes it off, goes back to the foul line. Can he make the second? A 9-point ball game, 2:28 left here at Bendat. Carwell with the second, knocked it down. It is a 10-point ball game.
Must have been the shimmy shake that got that second one in. Brian Sullivan looking to push the ball now. Takes it at Carwell. Huntington goes to the basket. Phillips with the ball with Purser on him. Such a good defender. Phillips goes to the basket. Nice little give to Rob Huntington for the layup.
Huntington there with a nice put in. 8-point ball game, 2:09 left in the fourth quarter. Ryan Smith, grandstand side of Bendat with the ball. Looks to drive on Huntington. Gets it out to Purser. Smart play here by the Hawks using a bit of clock.
They want the ball in Cummings' hand with Phillips on him.
Lockie Cummings drives.
Great dish to Carwell underneath the basket. But he's hurt himself.
And maybe a cramp.
Yeah, it's a cramp by the looks of it.
Yep.
Which is good. We don't want to see anyone hurt in this game.
We do not. The Hawks have not had the best of runs with injuries this year. And he went to grab the leg there, but it just looks like a cramp. Big man gets some help up from Mitch Clark and Ben Purser. It is a 10-point ball game. We have less than 2 minutes remaining. 1:53 left in the game. Subs for the Hawks. Carwell sits down. Jordan Hickett back on. If I was the Hawks, I'd be wanting him to get rid of that cramp pretty quickly. The big man has been great inside for the rebounding.
By the looks of it, it might actually be maybe a little bit more serious in terms of a tweak, but Sullivan brings the ball back down now. 10-point game. He's looking to push the ball. Huntington high. Sullivan looking to create his own shot here. He's fouled on the shot. 3 to come. That's a big shot. 143 makes all 3 of these. It's down to a 7-point game.
It was a forced shot, but he knew the contact was going to come. He really does have to make all 3 of these to keep the Wolves close and within reach within the final minute and 43 seconds. Sullivan now heading to the line for the first of 3. And he knocks down the first. It is a 9-point ball game. The Hawks 88, the Wolves 79. Sullivan now with the second and knocks that down. A nice little action, one dribble, get it up. Routine is so important on foul shots.
What's he doing?
And Brian Sullivan there with one of the more peculiar what are you doing moments. Tries to get the offensive rebound, throws it, only hits the net, and Perry Lakes get a free inbound from the sideline. That is rather baffling. There's
1:43 still in this game. There's a lot of plays.
Yeah.
That's sort of like a last 20-second one. I think he thought Phillips was ready for it, but you know, he makes that at 7-point game. There's still plenty of possession.
And you've got to hit the ring. Lockie Cummings now with the ball. He drives, pulls up the foul line. Cummings, hits every part of the ring but does not go down. Rebound to Salinas, kicks ahead to Iliadis. Iliadis finds Huntington on the post. Huntington drives. Strong work inside by both teams.
Phillips with the putback.
Gets the rebound.
6-point game, minute 18.
6 points, and it is Matt Parsons now calling a timeout. 1:18 left in the game.
I'm actually baffled. You know, Sullivan hits that. It's a 5-point game now with 1:18. Now it's 6 points. That's 2 threes. that's there. He's got a plan. He's a better basketball than I'll ever be. But it's just unusual with 1:43 to go to try something like that.
It was very strange, and we both looked at each other when it happened, like, what is happening? Again, Billups inside, but Billups wouldn't want to go for the rebound there and pick up a fifth foul, so
exactly.
You've got to pick your battles there. I think he should have made the free throw, and as you said, it would have been a 5-point ball game now. As it is the Perry Lakes Hawks 88, the Joondalup Wolves 82. The ball will be advanced, and so the Hawks will get it from the front court.
Is Brian Carwell back? That's what we've got to ask ourselves, because he's been crucial in this game.
He's not standing up, and he's not at the end of the bench. So my tip will be yes. But we'll see here as they come out of the timeout. 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. Do we get overtime? Is that an option here?
I love overtime in this game. The more time I can spend some quality time with you, Travis, through this call, the better that's there. Only yourself and Ryan Jeffrey from Rockingham are the two that I'd prefer to spend time with. This is a big minute 18 here. Wonder what Matt Parsons has drawn up for this game.
Very interesting. Carwell is back on the court. Ben Percival inbound for the Hawks. And we'll see what the Hawks run out of this play. They look to get Ryan Smith the ball. Mitch Clark now gets the inbound pass.
Mitch Clark is a young kid. This is a big time for him. He's been so brave and smart in this game.
With the ball, kicks out. Smith in the corner for three. Misses. Brian Carwell with the offensive board. And it now is with Lockie Cummings. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 1 minute remaining in the fourth. Nearly a steal for Sullivan. Carwell wide open underneath. They get it to him. And the big dunk by the big man. 8-point ball game. The Hawks are now on D. Sullivan with the ball. Looking to get a quick shot. He drives, misses, kicks out. Salinas for three. Rims out, kicks out. Salinas now with the ball at half court. And a strange foul by Percival. Why? Play smart, play D, make them get a tough shot again.
He thought that he was just going to get that steal. If he did it, it's a game winner. Unusual there that how long Carwell was in the keyway there, I thought.
He was wide open for some time.
They end up getting it to him. Impressive dunk. The Perry Lakes faithful are up. They're ready.
Salinas now with the first shot. Makes it. It is a 7-point ball game. 39 seconds left. Do you call a timeout here or do you save it?
To progress the ball, I'd probably not call it here and save it.
Oh, misses. Billups with the board. Puts it in. 5-point ball game. Person now running the baseline. Gets to the Mitch Clark, who moves up the ball. Carwell throws it to no one. The ball bounces off Lockie Cummings' leg. And a foul. The Hawks got extremely lucky there. The ball was bobbling around, bounces off Lockie Cummings' knee, ends up in the hands of Ryan Smith. He will head to the line, 2 shots, and wow.
In that mix-up, really impressed with Cummings. He put his body on the line, created the loose ball one there. The press worked really well there. It caused some hassles. Ryan Smith is a clutch free throw shooter, and he makes it first.
Probably the one person for the Hawks, apart from Percy, you'd want at the line at the moment. You'd expect the timeout here from Ben Ettridge. Smith with the second, knocks it down. It is a 7-point ball game, ladies and gentlemen. 28.5 seconds left in the men's grand final for 2018. It is the Perry Lakes Hawks 92, the Joondalup Wolves 85. You would have to imagine they'd have to set up a play here for a 3 mark.
They would. They'd have to look at a 3 early, make it a 4-point game, and then try to get into a press. You know, Matt Parsons is going to use his timeout if you make it, though, and it's going to progress the ball. They've still got an opportunity. You'd be starting to talk about who you want to foul. You know, Ryan Smith is the last one I'd want to foul out here. Might look at Lockie Cummings. I wouldn't want to foul him. Ben Purser at times has been a little bit shaky at the line. So maybe you should look at something like that. The problem that you've got out there is Jalen Billups.
Yep.
It's that he fouls, he's out of the game. So it'd be interesting to see, run this play, if there's a timeout, sub him out to someone that can foul, or you keep him in there as that defensive presence.
Yeah, it's a very interesting one. I think for the Wolves, if they're going to foul someone, I'd actually foul young gun Mitch Clark.
So would I.
Big pressure situation. If there's going to be someone you foul, make sure you get him the ball and then hammer him. See what he does on the big occasion. It is now a Joondalup ball from the side. Salinas looks to inbound. Iliadis with the ball. Comes off the screen from Huntington. He drives and gets the layup. And as expected a timeout called by the Perry Lakes Hawks. It is 92-87, 23.6 seconds left in the game. Or should I say the fourth quarter? Still might go to overtime.
True.
Big timeout here, and for the Perry Lakes Hawks, it is simply a case, as we've discussed, of getting the ball in someone's hands who you trust from the foul line.
Executing the inbound pass, because you know they're going to foul you once you got that inbound pass. You just need someone that's a good passer in to make sure that they get it in the right person's hands. And where do you use Carwell? I'd actually draw something here where Carwell's on the block, so you got that emergency if there's a 5-second call just to lob it in for the big fella.
Absolutely.
And make sure that you've got that backup. This would be going into the timeout with stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 of your plan to get this ball in, because the Wolves are going to look to double it. And once it's out of there, go for an early steal. They foul.
Yep. They
foul. Otherwise, they look to steal and take the ball away. They need something desperate here, the Wolves. Just continue to click this over.
Very interesting here. For the first time tonight, Ben Purse is not inbounding for the Hawks. It is left up to the young gun, Mitch Clark. Who gets it here? The captain, courageous. As you said, they've got Carwell on the low block. That is a good option. Carwell now gets it. The Wolves double, and a foul is called. Great call by you there, Mark Utley. As we expected, great pressure defence by the Wolves. The ball did go into Brian Carwell, who heads to the line for 2
Mate,
shots.
I am just so excited to see the shimmy shake. Last time he did it was all net. We're looking for something pretty exciting here from the shoulder shake by Brian Carwell.
It should be a very good shoulder shake. As called, Jalen Billups didn't play D there. Didn't want to give out his 5th foul. He rejoins the game, and it will see Brian Carwell head to the line. A delay here for some reason.
Just trying to ice Brian Carwell, but it looks like he's got ice in his veins. He's ready. He's excited.
Huntington has 5 fouls. That is what it is. Huntington will have to head to the bench, and he'll sit down. Reese Maxwell checks in, and the shimmy shake of big Brian Carwell looks to, I would say, seal the game.
Yeah, I would
7
say
points.
so too, if he hits both of these. Interesting, Maxwell. Maybe I would have gone for Ironmonger as another shooter as that sub.
Oh, very short. Here comes the shimmy. We're just going to wait. There it is. Oh, my goodness. Marco No on our Facebook. Yes, vote on the shimmy. I agree. And Carwell now with the second. He shoots. It's long. Rebound to Billups. 20 seconds left.
Sullivan to push.
Kicks it out to Reese Maxwell. Maxwell pulls up. It is short. Billups with the rebound. Doesn't make it. Carwell working hard inside. Throws the ball down. And it is Smith with the ball. A foul is called on the play. It is called on Trian Iliadis. 7.7 seconds remaining in the game. The Hawks will head to the line for foul shots. The Hawks faithful are up and about. What a win this will be if Ryan Smith can make this shot.
Massive underdog win. Ryan Smith doesn't need any shake here. He's such a clutch shooter. That probably ices the game with 7.7 to go.
The Raw tells the story there. Smith knocks down the first. He will look to make the second. He does indeed. And a timeout called by the Joondalup Wolves. 7.7 seconds left. Final timeout called by Ben Ettridge. It is the Perry Lakes Hawks 94, the Joondalup Wolves 87. You've just mentioned it, Mark. It is a big upset win. And for the Hawks now, they're 6th out of the last 8 grand finals. 2 years in a row they've come up short.
For the Wolves, you mean?
Sorry, the Wolves, apologies,
Yeah, they're going to rue some opportunities in this one. They had their chances. All credit to Matt Parsons and his coaching team. They were being so fundamentally sound in running all their offense, getting good looks all night. Brian Carwell is a guy that's probably been a little bit in the wilderness since his Coburn play. We knew he all had the ability, but in a big game like this, size is the key, and he played wonderfully well.
He has been phenomenal on boards for them, where we worried how he would fit into the system. He's come through, he's got offensive boards, he's got big defensive boards, and the Hawks faithful now getting behind their boys as Seb Salinas looks to inbound. they will need to make a very quick three and hope they can get a steal. Look to the inbound to Billups. Billups fumbles, and the ball is with Lockie Cummings, and that will be it for the 2018 Grand Final. The Perry Lakes Hawks have pulled up one of the upsets of the State Basketball League history. It is the Hawks winning 94 to the Joondalup Bulls 87, and what scenes we have here at centre court.
Seb Salinas has walked down there. There's obviously some upset Joondalup Wolves people. The Hawks are ecstatic. Great effort, great team. They started the season, if we remember, when people were talking about whether they make the playoffs. Then they had a run with Holman there. Holman goes down with an injury. They still are able to execute and get the job done with good team fundamentals and a good team culture where they shared the ball around. All credit to people like Lockie Cummings coming in and being a big-time player in this game. Brian Carwell, the young kid, Mitch Clark, all the cameos that were out there. And when you've got a player that I've always admired as a coach in Ben Purser that can actually guard 1 through 5, be strong and take the ball to the basket and be that tough matchup, you're always going to be in that game. I think the rebounding count is still going to show that the Hawks have dominated there.
Yeah, rebounds were 39 to 56, so plus 17 to the Hawks. As you said, Ben Purser, this is
plus 26 to the Hawks. Oh, sorry, plus 17. Sorry, my maths isn't good, Chad.
Our school teaching system's in a horrible state of affairs.
Yeah.
Ben Purser, he grew up with the club. This would mean so much for him. He's the captain now, and he would have seen that early success in the early 2000s. It's great for him to come through. Matt Parsons, you cannot say enough about the guy. He gets these teams which no one rates. Coburn a couple of years ago. Perry Lakes now. What a win for the Hawks. They start singing the club song in the middle of Bendat Basketball Centre, the show court here, the John Gardner show courts. Who wins the game MVP, Mark?
There's so many you can choose there. I reckon they'll go with Lockie Cummings, who's carried most of the ball carrying duties for that time. Ryan Smith shot really well as an outside shooter. Brian Carwell, looking at it. But for me, the all-round effort, defense, offense, Ben Purser was 2 assists off a triple-double. Brian Carwell, 21 points, 18 rebounds. In a grand final, 18 rebounds. That's huge.
Yep, absolutely. That will wind up our coverage here from the Bendat Basketball Centre. Wherever you have joined us from around the world, we hope you have enjoyed the women's and men's grand finals you passed tonight. A big thanks to Bevan Jones and the team from 98.5, and also Front Row Screens for simulcasting and providing the live stream. From myself, Mark Utley, we hope you enjoyed the men's grand final. The Perry Lakes Hawks running out winners here, 94 to 87. We'll leave you from the Bendat Basketball Centre.
Well done, Travis.